Everybody, I wanted to do a video for you today. I know it's been a while since you've actually seen my face. I've been doing a lot of shorts with our animals and stuff like that. Um, Fairly recently, I got really sick. Like, my eyes were swollen shut, my whole face was swollen. I had no jawline whatsoever. Like, it literally went from like jaw to neck. I had no like definition there. It was bad. Um, Trying to figure out what's going on. We don't know what's going on with our camper. We've done a whole bunch of treatments to the camper to like try to kill any mold that might be in there. My husband just spent a bunch of time in there cleaning. I spent a bunch of time in there cleaning. So we've been doing a bunch of stuff trying to figure out what's going on. I was affected by it the most, with like my whole face swelling, like goo coming out of my eyes, my ears, everything. It was super awful. Our kids had a little bit of the eye issue, but it went away within like half a day. I was the one that got it the worst, and my husband didn't get it at all. So just trying to figure out what's going on. So that's why you haven't really seen me very much lately. But I was actually just inside right now, and I was actually eating a snack. And I was thinking a lot about health. And I've seen on my Facebook and stuff like that, a lot of my friends recently that are moms specific. There's quite a few of them that are having health problems, whether physical, mental, things like that. And I had a friend the other day when we were doing a Bible study talking a little bit about her physical health, and just kind of being, upset that she couldn't be be the mom and wife that she was just, a few months ago. And that had me thinking, and for any of you that have watched my channel for a while, you know that in the first trimester of my last pregnancy, actually every pregnancy, but my last pregnancy specifically, I had a really hard time with the fact that I wasn't like able to do basically anything. With this fourth pregnancy, I was in bed a lot. I was sleeping a lot. I was super exhausted. Like, doing dishes would send me to bed for hours because I was so tired. And I had a lot of mom guilt. And I did a whole video on that, talking about that and talking about how it actually turned out to be a huge positive for my oldest daughter. And so I'm not going to go into that part right now, but I am going to talk a little bit. Whoa, sorry, my cat just walked across my foot. It scared me. I am going to talk a little bit about the mom side of things. So as moms, we want to be able to do everything all the time. Be there for our kids, be there for our husbands, do the cleaning and the cooking and the work and for me, homesteading, taking care of animals. We're building a house right now, We want to be able to do all of it. We feel like we should be doing all of it. We don't have to, but we feel like we should be. The thing about that is sometimes things happen, like health, like physical health, or even mental health. So physical health, let's talk about that specifically, because having physical health problems can definitely lead to having like mental stuff. Not saying like you're crazy or anything, but like feeling less than. So physical health, when we feel like we can't do, especially as moms, can't do the things we're supposed to be doing, there's a lot of the like, I'm not a good mom, I'm not a good wife, like I can't even take care of the house. This is a lot of stuff that was going through my head when I was sick with my fourth pregnancy. There's a lot of these things that go through our heads. The thing about it is we're still moms. Like, the whole mentality of, well, I can't do X, Y, and Z, so what's the point of me being around? I get that. Like, I truly do, because I've been there before. However, there's still a point. You're still a mom. You may not be able to get out of bed and make your kids food in the morning, but guess what? They can grab something easy and come in bed with you and sit in bed with you and hang out with you. There's been multiple times that I've been pregnant, that I've had every pregnancy. My first trimesters always suck. They're always super hard on me physically. And there's been multiple times where I have literally spent so much time in bed that the kids that's where they come to bed. When I was pregnant with my third daughter, we had just started homeschooling our first daughter. She came and sat in bed with me, and we did homeschooling. I couldn't get up out of bed to homeschool her, but she could come into bed and do homeschooling. There's a lot of things that we can do, or we feel like because we're not doing them, we're not the same person, and that's fine. It's okay. I know it's hard and it's a struggle, but it's okay. Like, there's different ways to be a mom. Even your physical presence is still there. Like, when I was sick and sleeping a ton, like, I obviously, like, I wasn't, quote, there because I was asleep. But at the same time, my kids still knew mom was there. Mom, my presence of being mom was still there. And that's the important thing. And I think with kids, a lot of times it's not necessarily, they don't have to have you doing the dishes. They don't have to have you cleaning things. They don't have to have you doing all this stuff with them, running around outside, doing chores, doing whatever. They don't have to, they just want you. They just want you, and they want your time. If all you can do is snuggle with them, then you snuggle with them. And then they go on about doing their things. You know, if all you can do is, I mean, when I was sleeping a ton with my fourth pregnancy, I would wake up and I would have one of my kids sitting in bed next to me. And they were doing something. I didn't even know that they were in bed with me because I was asleep, but they were there doing something. But that's the thing. I was still there physically, even though, like, I couldn't do much. I was still there. So you know what I do? I'd roll over and I'd talk to them and be like, hey, what you doing? How you doing? What have you been doing today? What are you doing right now? And a lot of times it's like, oh, mommy, I'm drawing you a picture. Or, oh, mommy, how are you feeling? Like, do you need a glass of water? And sometimes that's it too. Like, sometimes it's really cool for the kids to be able to take care of you. Like, if you have children who are old enough to get you a glass of water or make you lunch or whatever, a lot of times they take that as a joy because they're helping take care of mommy. They're a big kid, you know, but again, mom's still there, mom's still present. And I think that's something that a lot of times we have to think about when we go through these seasons of physical or mental, like, issues, is that we change. How we're moms change. What we are like as a mom changes. And sometimes, yeah, it super duper sucks. And sometimes it's really, really hard. And sometimes it's really painful. But at the same time, it's okay. We're still a mom. Be the best mom that you can be in that season. And help explain to your children, like, what's going on. My kids all knew I'm pregnant. Baby brother is taking it out of me. Like, you know, I'm exhausted. I'm older than I've ever been. Like, I've never had kids in my 30s, and I'm in my mid 30s having a kid. Like, so a lot of stuff was different for me. And so this is what I explained to my children, and they got it, and they understood, and they didn't care. You know, I look at it back at now, and not once have my kids in the, you know, gosh, what, it's been like 6-7 months now or whatever, since, you know, like 9 months since my first trimester. And not once have my kids been like, man, mom, that first trimester really sucked for us. Like, you weren't around, you weren't doing this, you weren't doing that. They don't even talk about it. It's out of their brain. My oldest daughter actually is really thankful for that, because that's what led her to being confident enough in baking that she could start her own little baking business. Like, so it's one of those things that, like, we can't be so hard on ourselves that we create a super negative atmosphere for ourselves. Be the mom that you can be in this season. Be, like I said, if it's just snuggling, snuggle. If it's reading one book a day, read one book a day. If it's laying on the floor with your kids, just do that. And yes, you know, I'm a mom guilt all the way, but at the same time, take away that mom guilt, because that's inhibiting you from seeing the beauty in the situation that you're in. It's inhibiting you from seeing the love that your children have for you, regardless of what is going on around you. You know, it's so many times, you know, my kids, they took joy in taking care of me. They took joy, and I didn't necessarily see that when I was sick, but I see it now, and how much joy they got out of that. And again, I now absolutely see how beneficial this was for Ya to, like, smack me upside the head and say, lay down. Let your kids learn and grow. Stop, you know, mothering them too much. But, like, I just want to share that because I feel really strongly about that we need to take a step back, and when we are, as moms, when we are going through a difficult time physically or mentally, that we need to try to just be the best mom we can be in that season, and be okay with that. We don't have to be the mom that we were the season before. We don't have to be the mom that we were 3 seasons before or anything like that. Be the best mom in the season that you're in, and just know that your children love you regardless, and they understand, especially if you talk to them about it, they will understand and love you regardless, and be happy that you were just around. So I just want to share that with y'all. I'm praying for all of y'all if you're going through a hard time. Definitely praying for you, and just like I said, be the best mom that you can be in the season that you're in, and know that that's good enough. All right, hope y'all have a great day. Bye.